Carrying on from the last video, the beer is fermenting away here at around an ambient temperature of 17 degrees C, and after 2 weeks we check the density, check the specific gravity here with a hydrometer, and if we take a closer look you can see the specific gravity here is 1.010. If we get down at eye level, you can see that more clearly. Here we've got the graduation for 1.020. The smaller graduations going up here along the side. Here's 1.018, 1.016, 1.014, 1.012, and therefore we can see here that you will have 1.010. And that's there. That's the top of the liquid that we're reading here, where I've got the red line there. Not taking a reading here for this blue line, although it looks like it might be the level of the liquid. It's actually the top of what we call the meniscus, and that's because of the surface tension of the liquid causes the liquid to cling and climb up the sides of the hydrometer jar, curving up there. So we ignore that top and we take our reading from the bottom of this meniscus.
You can probably see there it is a little cloudy from suspended matter, but that will drop out once it's in the keg, and it'll be a lovely crystal clear beer when it's finished. What I'm going to do now is have a little taste just to give me an idea of what the finished beer is going to be like. Bearing in mind this is a very light beer, 3.3%, and I do find for the light beers it does require a good amount of carbonation to make up in mouthfeel for the low alcohol. But anyway, it's going to give us an idea if I have a taste now. Hey, I have to say that's not bad at all. I think thanks to the crystal malt and the torrefied wheat, that's given it a lovely depth of flavour. And once that's carbonated and ready to drink, that is going to be a cracking ale. So, on with the next step to put it into bottles and the keg.
I've got my siphon tubing here set up on a siphon clip to keep it in place, running down towards our keg. I've already drawn the liquid down into the bottom of the siphon tubing, so all I need to do now is open the tap and let it flow into the keg. I'm going to fill a couple of bottles with the beer first. The rattling there is a Cooper's carbonation drop in the bottle. So I'm just going to fill that, tilting the bottle to reduce any head formation in the bottle as I'm filling it. And once I've filled those bottles, leaving a nice airspace of around 1 inch at the top, I can seal them up, leave them in a warm place for a week, and then transfer them to a cool place for at least a couple of weeks. Now I've filled the 2 bottles, the rest of the beer is going into my keg. Now the keg is full, I close the lid on it, and to help the seal I pump carbon dioxide gas in at a pressure of about 25 psi. Remembering to close the safety valve. And I'm going to leave the gas connected there at a pressure of 10 to 15 psi for several weeks in a cold temperature to force carbonate the beer. Now about 2 months has passed and the beer has been conditioning in the bottle, so it should be nice and crystal clear. All the particles will have precipitated out, and there should be a nice absorption of the carbon dioxide in the liquid. As you can see, a lovely amount of fizz in that. Now, the taste test. Oh, that's just right. It really did need that nice level of carbonation, that fizz, to temper the fact that it's a very light beer. Even with the additional ingredients in there, it would have been a little bit flat in flavour because it's only about 3% in alcohol. I don't know if you found with some of the continental lagers that you get in the supermarkets over there, the very light ones, they are always very, very gassy, and I think that is to make up the flavour balance for what's lacking in alcohol. Alcoholic strength doesn't just get you tipsy, it does give balance to the flavour. So that 3% alcohol by volume light beer I've just made, very thirst quenching and refreshing. Nice level of gas in there by bottle conditioning it. I spent about a week at room temperature with 1 Cooper's carbonation drop in there, and then it's been there in a cool place for about 2 months now, and I'm very happy with that. Cheers.